Hello, this is a video talking about the connection between the fingers, the muscles, and the bones through the arms and the shoulder girdle. So starting in this line of connection through the arm. So we're going to start with the thumb and just taking your hand and touching the thumb and then drawing a line through the whole length of the thumb. So drawing and feeling how it passes through the inside of the wrist, up through the inner forearm, through the bicep, the anterior part of the deltoid, and then into the front of the chest, into the pectoralis minor and major muscles to end at the heart center. So if you take a moment just to add a little bit of pressure into your thumb, you might be able to feel this line that you just drew up the arm and the muscles activating, and you might be able to notice when you touch the area that you can feel this kind of line of connection up through the arm. And then we're going to create a line of awareness from the index finger. So we're going to just draw a line through the index finger up through the arm. So you notice that it kind of transfers through a little bit more on the inside of the arm, a little bit more just above the middle of the crease of the armpit, through the bicep again, a little bit lower into the front of the chest. So when you press or root the index finger into the ground or a wall, or even into each other, that you can feel the integrity of certain muscles activating to create this line of connection. So meaning the index and the thumb, when we root or lean them into the ground, we activate all the muscles in through the inside line into the front of the chest. This is really important for creating stability through the front body. Finding the middle finger as you draw a line through the body, going right into the middle of the crease. I'm going to go up through the top of the arm because it's easier. So you'll find it going right up through the middle of the arm, the top of the shoulder, and then all the way up. So it goes right over the top of the trapezius into the neck and connects into the jaw. So when you root the pad of the middle finger, so meaning here is the pad, when you root that into the ground, it activates this line of connection all the way up through the middle of the arm, to the top of the deltoid, to the trapezius, the upper part of the neck and the jaw. So we have the thumb and the index going into the front body, the middle finger traveling up the top of the arm into the neck, into the jaw and the ear, and then the ring finger going all the way up, and noticing that this starts to travel a little bit more towards the outside of the arm into the tricep and the back of the deltoid, and then the upper part of the shoulder blade. I can also feel it through the upper part of the trapezius muscle. Finding that rooting into the floor. And then the last one is the pinky. So noticing the pinky, when you draw this line of connection, it goes right on the outside of the line of the arm, through the outer elbow, into the tricep, the bottom part of the shoulder blade. And so when you root the pinky into the ground, the mat, the wall, whatever you're using, you can notice this anchoring of the shoulder blade in the very bottom tip of the shoulder blade. So the ring and the pinky finger create this stability of activating the muscles through the outside of the arm, the tricep, and into the shoulder blade. So when we have our hands on the ground and we're doing certain asana poses, we can really notice how the attention to the fingers connecting into the mat or the earth really helps to activate the certain muscles that we need to create stability and integrity of the shoulder girdle. When you practice mudras, so specifically Hakini Mudra, where all the pads of the fingers and the thumb are leaning, we can notice this integrity here through the shoulder girdle. The connection as well, I'll turn sideways for this one, of the elbow and the shoulder blade. So when we lift the elbows up, we can kind of notice that the shoulder blades wing away from maybe the rib cage or the spine. So if we reach down through the tricep and the elbow, that action right there that I'm doing as you press the pads of the fingers and you reach out through the tricep and the elbow towards me and even softly down, you can feel the shoulder blade anchor, and then when you lift the elbows up, you can see my shoulder blade lifting and my shoulders coming up to the upper part of the socket where the shoulders are lifting towards the ears. And as I root down through the triceps and through the elbows, this anchoring quality of a heavy elbow really helps to create that alignment through the shoulder blade. Just reaching the arms up and down a few times just to notice what is happening with your shoulder girdle. What is happening through your shoulder blade? Do you feel openly spacious through the chest? Does your chest collapse? Or maybe when you open the arms, your pelvis tilts anteriorly and the rib cage pulls and separates away from the lower body. So when we do reach the arms up, we want to maintain this connection of the ribs to the hips. So if you touch your lower ribs and your pinkies on your hip bones, you can notice that if you let your body go into an extension, that the rib cage pulls away from the pelvis, and there's a little compression in the lower back. So there's an anterior tilt of the pelvis. And then when you come into neutral, there's a little gathering here, as if there's like a little string or a suspender here that is creating integrity and maintaining the connection through the upper body and the lower body. If we go too far, then we can notice that we're collapsing and that there's a posterior tilt of the pelvis. So we want to try to keep our pelvis in neutral so that the structure of the rib cage can easily rest upon the pelvis and receive the connection and stability from the feet, the legs, and the core. Thank you.